So Meghan pulled out all the stops yesterday when she marked her and Harry's 8th wedding anniversary, and she made Kate Middleton irrelevant. So Meghan pulled out all the stops yesterday when she shared a video on her Instagram, and it was on her own terms and not the media's terms. And the video showed Harry walking into the kitchen carrying a lemon elderflower cake, and Harry, Meghan, Archie and Lilibet all sang happy anniversary to Mama and Papa. And then Meghan said to Harry, I love you. And then Lilibet and Archie were egging Meghan on to blow out all the candles. So she blew the candles out on the lemon elderflower cake, and then Lilibet and Archie cheered. And then Harry gifted Meghan with a statue of 2 penguins entwined, male and female, obviously symbolising Harry and Meghan. And then Harry handed Meghan a sealed envelope, and there was a message inside, but Harry signed the front of the envelope. On the front, my one and only. And inside the letter it said, when we got engaged, we had a party with all our friends and we all wore animal onesies and we dressed up as penguins. And as we all know, penguins mate for life. And obviously Meghan was having a dig at the media and the press because they say that their marriage is over. Yet Meghan has just thrown it back in their face and said, look, well, we're staying together for life. Because back in 2017, we realised we loved each other, hence why we dressed up as penguins. So why are you saying that our marriage is on the rocks when 10 years later, down the line, since we first met each other, it's still the same, we still love each other? And I just thought Meghan held up a photograph of her and Harry dressed up as penguins in their onesies, and obviously you could tell it was taken at Nottingham Cottage because the bedroom looked tiny, and that was taken in November 2017. And after their engagement had been announced to the world, this is when the party happened and they dressed up as penguins. And then also Meghan shared a photo of herself and Harry sharing a kiss whilst cutting into the lemon elderflower cake on the worktop in the kitchen at the same time. And it's almost like they were recreating that very moment at Windsor Castle when they cut into their wedding cake with a sword. And obviously they wanted to recreate that moment because it was such a happy memory and a joyous moment for them. And also you could hear how hyper and excited Archie and Lilibet were just by the tone of their voices. I mean, if Harry and Meghan have a bad marriage, then the children would have sounded miserable and upset, and the children were genuinely excited by seeing their parents so happy. And also Meghan shared a photograph of a signed card by the British Airways team and all the cabin crew and flight crew, and they signed all their names in the card and wished Harry and Meghan a wonderful anniversary. And you never see any of this with William and Kate. They don't show their feelings, they're too stuffy and too formal. And the photo of Harry and Meghan in the penguin onesies reminded me of when they were doing the baby mama dance. And Harry and Meghan just want to have fun in life, and they come across as really down-to-earth, relatable, and just a normal couple who are madly in love. And Harry and Meghan are the complete opposite to William and Kate, I'm afraid. They work hard, but they still make time to have family fun. And Harry and Meghan are making the most of life and are making each day count. And as a couple, they are poles apart from William and Kate. They're approachable. They make people feel at ease. They make people feel relaxed. Many people have said when they attend charities and events, they've commented on how Harry and Meghan don't make it look like a box ticking exercise. It's generally they're interested in the event itself. It's not like, oh, that's our job done, we're going to go home, we've ticked this box. It's not like that for Harry and Meghan. And Meghan shared the penguin photo of her and Harry, and it's almost like she did that to show and say to people, look, don't listen to what the press and the media are saying about our marriage being on the rocks. Just look at my Instagram and see the photos and videos and just look at them, and it shows that me and Harry are happily married. And the anniversary photos were all really relaxed and laid back, and they didn't look staged or contrived. And Meghan won't be bullied by the royal family or the British media about how their marriage is on the rocks and that they're running out of money. It's all conspiracies and conjecture. And Meghan's her own boss on Instagram, and she's sharing stuff on her own terms, and she is controlling the narrative. And what Meghan shared on her Instagram today was real and not a sickly contrived stunt to convince people that they are happily married. I think you'll find that's William and Kate. They over try it, William and Kate, and it doesn't ring true. Because if you look back at their anniversary photo this year, the one in Cornwall where they're laying down in the grass, it looked really, really orchestrated and contrived, and everyone's hair was perfect. The outfits they weren't creased, and it just didn't look real. It just looked like something in a movie or an advert. And I just thought these photos, when you look at them here, sharing a kiss, cutting the cake, it's recreating those memories that they had 8 years ago when they got married at Windsor Castle, and then they had the wedding reception. And again, when you see Harry and Meghan in their onesies, they just look so down to earth and relatable. They don't look up themselves like, oh yes, look at us, we're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You just don't see that when you look at that photograph. They're just a couple who are madly in love, yet they still want to carry out their work and make a change in life. But I just thought it was lovely that Meghan had the chance to go on Instagram today and get her side across about what really it's like in Montecito with Harry and her children. They're madly in love, the children are happy, and the press and the media have to make up lies to make the royal family look good. And it's sad that the royal family can't respect Harry and Meghan's decision, because William and Kate turfed Harry and Meghan out. They were bullying them, and they said, look, we want to do the work, but can we be half in, half out? And obviously William said, no, you have to be in or all out. So they went, and they knew it was never going to be fair. They knew there were always going to be scapegoats. And I just think today, when you see these two photos, it just, freedom, love, laughter, treasured memories, happiness, joyful moments. It just, again, as I said yesterday on my other photo, a photo speaks 1,000 words, and I'm afraid to say all these photos just speak volumes about how much Harry and Meghan love each other. And as I said, when they dressed up in animal onesies and chose penguins, they chose penguins on purpose because they knew how much they were in love with each other, and they knew it was going to be for life. And they thought, well, what better animal to choose than a penguin, because penguins mate for life. And you just don't see any of this with William and Kate, and then all you get is, oh, well, Harry and Meghan shouldn't be acting like this. It's not dignified. Oh, it's disgusting. They're acting like teenagers. They're not acting like teenagers. They're just having fun. What's so wrong in life with having fun and enjoying yourself? And again, as I said, you just don't see this with William and Kate. They're very cold and distant, and you never see George, Charlotte or Louis laugh, and William and Kate are so distant between each other. You never see them kiss like this. I mean, why didn't we get a photo like this of William and Kate kissing for their anniversary? But we had nothing. They literally had to place the children in between William and Kate for the photograph, because the palace knew William and Kate despise each other, so they had to chuck the children in the photo just so they could release one, because they can't stand being next to each other. But when you criticise Harry and Meghan, perhaps you should be criticising William and Kate, because they're the ones that's marriage is on the rocks. Their marriage is over, and Harry and Meghan's marriage is for life.